Now, if you watch this video, you probably know who Mr. Bean is, and who Rowan Atkinson is. But if you don't, here's the rundown. Rowan Atkinson's a British comedian / actor, who's well known for roles such as Mr. Bean and many others. But what if I told you that all of these roles weren't just random comedy characters, and there's actually an underlying story behind all of them? You probably look at me and think I'm crazy, which I am. They're on their way to collect me in about 10 minutes, but you've got to hear me out here, because this is all true. I know it's true. It has to be. There's too much evidence supporting this theory that it cannot be claimed as false. Trust me, they'll never figure it out. Welcome to the Rowan Atkinson theory. The Bean lineage traces very far back through history, appearing in many royal families. The Mr. Bean has been a soldier in the wars. He's been a king many times, and many other stuff. This can only lead us to assume that since there's no way that Bean could time travel, this must mean these are his ancestors. So, let's go over who they are. So, we have Henry VIII, and we have King Blackadder. So, now that we've basically wrapped up those, let's go to our next section. In the Victorian era, Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson, or whatever you want to call him, was a very much evil. He ran child trafficking and thieving rigs and supported child labour. Although they do say that he was hung, this never truly happened, as he took on life as a priest after this. This is one of the most undisputed things in this theory, as many of times we see him playing a priest. From 4 weddings and a funeral all the way to Wonka, he's always there as the priest. The leopard can't change his spots, and eventually Mr. Bean was going to leave this life behind to go to a more, let's just say, interesting one. Now this is when it gets crazy. They let him become a police officer, giving him a second chance in the thin blue line, and then he works his way up the ranks till he becomes a spy in Johnny English. In The Witches, Johnny English goes to investigate supernatural activity in England undercover, and he finds the witches, now turned into rats, and believes they are a rat infestation, and he kills rats, accidentally completing the mission. He's undercover during the mission to investigate supernatural activity, as caught and replaced by Scrappy-Doo, who saved by Mr. Incorporated in the 2002 Scooby-Doo movie. And Love Actually, Johnny English goes undercover as a shopkeeper to look for suspicious activity, but nothing comes up, and he's called a failure by a spy agency. Richard was in old commercials who Rowan Atkinson played, and the dark pen appears in the commercial. So this could be Johnny English undercover. He suffers a fatal blow to the head, making him incompetent to executive by a spy agency. So he houses a mansion, has to face off against B, earning the title of Mr. B. But Mr. B doesn't really hear that well, so he changes his nickname up slightly based on what he heard. As we all know, this is the beginning of Mr. B. In Rat Race, Mr. Bean goes to Vegas. And what does he do in Vegas? Well, he accidentally takes place in the rat race, but because of his head injury, he thinks he's Italian for some reason. Also, this also causes him to have vivid hallucinations, where he happens to be a bird in a kingdom ruled by a lion. Now, this is all well and fine, isn't it? We've learned Mr. Bean is a long lineage of similar people who all work together and team up to create the Mr. Bean family tree. But one thing doesn't add up. Families don't look that identical. Something is very wrong with the Mr. Bean family. It's almost like it's not a family. It's the same guy, but different. This whole time, all of Rowan Atkinson's characters have been the Doctor, I know it's a crazy thing to say, but in a comic relief special, The Curse of the Fatal Death, Rowan Atkinson is the Doctor, and sure he dies, but Tennant dies and he came back, so surely this can count. But this explains how he knows all the supernatural stuff, and how he never changes how he looks. It all makes perfect sense, and you know, maybe we could go further, because who else has a name that starts with B, and is very comedic and British? Borat. I believe he's also the Doctor. Let's go another step further. I'm pretty sure Craig Davis is. I'm pretty sure Andy Zoltzman is. They're all just Bean. It's Bean. And it gets even further. The animated Mr. Bean is actually Mr. Ring-a-Ding. So, also, you think this is enough? Well, I'm gonna do you one step further. Mr. Bean is the mimic. They've turned up early. Well, I'm not letting get me until I tell you the end of this theory. But Mr. Bean, you know, it doesn't matter really, because, you know, I know what Mr. Bean also did. Every tragedy of all time, it was Bean. He's been here since the start. In fact, Bean is actually a guardian angel, sent down by God to watch over the world and wreak havoc, to test our will. He's also Spider-Man, and Batman, and Iron Man. He's all of them combined. And guys, they're gonna try and take me away, try and silence me. It doesn't matter, it's true. Bean is all of this. Bean. But wait, there's more. You really think I'm going to finish off there, don't you? Well, there's still tons of this theory left, so don't be walking away just yet. I was actually planning on doing a part 2, but we can fit this all on the video still, right? Anyways, so let's think for a second. Who's got a funny, deep voice, does stupid things, is British, and name starts with B? Not just Bean, not just Borat, but Boris. I believe Mr. Bean's had control over the government for years now, just secretly puppeteering the globe to fit the new Bean order. But I don't think he stopped there. There's been like 2 real Mr. Bean series, the animated and the other one. And if you take B and add 2 to B, what letter do you get? D. D for Donald J. Trump. And the J lines up with the Johnson, and the T's for Teddy. Yes, it all makes sense, doesn't it now? But what if I told you every single politician was just Mr. Bean, the Doctor, whatever you want to call them now? Because they all are, and I know it. They all are just as stupid as Mr. Bean. Now, this might seem like a crazy take, but trust me, it all clicks. Some rugby tackle Japanese children, others go on about eating dogs, typical behaviour you might have seen in the classic Mr. Bean. Also, did I mention, even if we didn't have the Doctor stuff, it's very well known Mr. Bean's an alien, so that also draws another connection. You see, all the pieces are slotted together like Lego. So, I think you'll probably understand by now where this is going. I believe to say Mr. Bean has control of our entire world. From start to finish, he's had it all, never losing. It's very much important that to learn this information, you have to be aware that you can't tell anyone this. The government will try and get me. They're already on their way. I saw escape captivity the last time, but I probably won't be so generous this Being inside me. Being inside me.